Hey, welcome to What's Your Problem? I'm your host, Scott Farrell. Great problem today. One that was brought up to me this past weekend. I was talking to a young couple, and they were like, we got in a little argument the other night. And I was like, well, what were you arguing about? I was thinking something big, the kids, whatever. No, we couldn't decide where we were going to eat on Friday and Saturday night. And I was like, I just busted out laughing because I can't tell you how many times we fought over that. That's me and my wife, or other couples have told me that they started to want to go out to eat on a Friday night. And it turned into this hour-long debate and then yelling match, then no dinner, then not speaking to each other. All right, so I figured, hey, let's do a funny one because it is funny. How can we all be so stupid? Is to start out hungry. Well, the problem is you started out hungry, so then you went hangry, and then it went off the rails from there. But how stupid is it to really stop talking to each other for what you're going to eat? I mean, come on. All right, so this was something we agreed upon years and years ago, but it stuck and it worked. I like to plan things. I'm one of these guys that plans out vacations years in advance, and I like spreadsheets and calendars. Right. Sometimes my wife wants to clock me in the back of the head, but she tolerates me. But same thing with eating or whatever else. I don't like surprises, so I schedule everything. You should see my planner. I don't use the thumbs on my phone. I still use pen, pencil, and a big scheduler because I like paper and pens. So what we did was, okay, we know we're probably going to be hungry and we're probably going to want to go out on Friday nights. So I decided, what's the fastest way to never have to think about this again because it's something I really don't want to consider. All right, so let's go ahead and say, all right, there's this many, there's 26 Friday nights. This half of the year. All right, let's go ahead and knock those 26 Friday nights out. Let's take scraps of paper. We'd cut them in little chunks, or we would do index cards and write on there. Write a restaurant down. Or it may be stay home. Because it's wherever you want to eat, whatever y'all want to go to. And we'd write it down. Put it in a bag. You can use a plastic bag, a hat, whatever you want to use. Shake it up. It's no different when we were kids, when we were playing a board game and we'd shake it up. Same thing. And then we'd pull something out of the hat. All right, this is where we're eating tonight. And we'd make sure the Friday night stuff was in a certain vicinity of where we lived because we're in the Atlanta metropolitan area. And the great thing about Atlanta and the bad thing about Atlanta is there's lots of great restaurants. The only problem is that one restaurant you want to eat at tonight could be 2.5 hours. And if it's a Friday night, it could be 3.5 hours. It's kind of like deciding in LA where you're going to go and it's across town. Same thing here. So we decided to keep it within 10 miles of home. All right, so every Friday, I go, okay, if you want to go out tonight, let's go ahead and get the hat or the bag. I think ours was in our bag. Pull it out. All right, here's where we're going. Okay, easy enough. All right, we would either throw it in the garbage because we'd already done that, or we'd have a replacement bag. So bag we're going to use, then bag, because chances are we want to eat this restaurant again. So we take that and put it back in the other bag. That bag would not be touched for 26 weeks or whatever the week was. Guess how many arguments we've had about restaurants since then? Well, it's none, zero. Because we had that one Friday night, it turned into a blowout. And finally, we both started laughing. We're like, what's wrong with us? I think we ended up at Dairy Queen. I think we went to get soft serve. We didn't even eat dinner. We went and got ice cream. And there's always a good time for ice cream, right? But we're sitting there going, what's our relationship really worth? Is it really worth just being stupid and arguing over stupid things? There's way bigger things we could have a disagreement about. And now the great thing about our marriage now is disagreements, for the most part, are a thing of the past. Why? We've decided how we're going to make decisions. We've decided what we want. We've been together a long time, so we can almost read each other's minds. So we don't really argue. We plan, we execute, and we just go do it. It makes life so much more fun, and we don't have to worry about not talking to each other, going to bed angry, and being hungry, and that got wiped away. I hope this helps. It's just one of those little tricks that worked for us. It's worked for so many couples that I've helped as a pastor, and hopefully it'll work for you. Now, if you have any questions for me, scottfarrell.com. Maybe you have a question I haven't answered. Now, I can't answer them all. These are only about 5, 10, 15 minutes long. So it just depends on the topic. So I try not to handle everything. This is not a seminar. This is a real short video. But my website is SCOTFERRELL.com. I help companies put their lives back together, but also help individuals. You're going to fit in one of those two camps or both. So you can always drop me an email, and if you need my services, I'd be glad to help. I don't take everybody that emails me. I only take people that are really ready to get the work done. So before you email me, make sure it's something you really want to do. But until then, this has been What's Your Problem? I'm Scott Farrell, and I'll see you next time.